Hello, brothers and sisters of light, and welcome to my page. My page is about common sense from a Gen X perspective. Repeat, Gen X perspective, Indigo Child, INFJ. That is who I am. Alright, since no one's like me and no one's like you as well, let's begin with the topic for today. I love this brother from another mother. I like when he repeats himself because people just can't pay attention. Okay, this brother is from another mother. He's very astute. He's a psychologist. Of course, he got his PhD. Y'all guys should listen to him. But let me just go listen to the whole entire video here, the interview here, about Dr. Umar speaks on if black women should be more open to date interracially due to the lack of black men in America. Now, as I said before, my days are different from his days. I was raised in the 70s into the 80s. All right? I actually lived in Ethiopia, traveled abroad. I actually lived in different countries, yada, yada, yada. And I'm actually one of those rare, unique individuals who actually get paid from women, gigolo. I did all sorts of crazy shit, by the way, okay? Which most of you beta males can't do, okay? This is why I have the Emerald Pill knowledge down below. You can just go on with the flow, all right? You know how to join my Patreon, okay? I ain't got no patrons. I used to have 2 of them, but I had to let them go. As I said before, if you want the knowledge and you didn't have an alpha father, you come to me. My definition of alpha is not some playboy who's messing around with multiple women, okay, because he's simping. Simp means suckers investing in mediocre pussy. All right, we got that out of the way, right? Because y'all guys thinking simp is a trick, and y'all get it all twisted. Y'all got it all fucked up and backwards. But let's get on with the topic for today. I want to just go down the things that he's talking about in this video and respond accordingly. Make a little corrections here, okay? And also give my 2 cents in this, all right? Other than that, you can read everything about me down below. You can also join my flow, okay, my Patreon if you want. Okay, I also teach English internationally, okay, dynamically, okay, not academically. But anyway, let's get on with the topic for today. Let's play the video.
Fault. Specifically, black women will have to marry out of the race. I just want to tell you one, right? Based on the numbers, I'm pretty sure you know it starts off kind of even and around 18. It starts to decline, and around 30, it gets out of hand where we're at, say, 7 to 10, 6 to 10. But when you factor in unemployed, homosexuals, people who stay at home, we could argue it's probably 4 to 10. So with those type of numbers, plus incarceration. So
now let me make a little correction here. You know, real alpha males who are into polygyny, the technical term for men having multiple wives is polygyny. Polygamy is a generalized term for the many different types of polygamous relationships out there. Like there's a polyandry, there's a lot of different polys, okay? Because polyandry is when a woman have multiple men partners or husbands, okay? Polygyny is when the man has multiple wives or wife-like partners, okay? So to clarify technically, that is the correct pronunciation and also definition of polygyny, polygamy, and also polyandry, all right? Now, there are many black men in America who can't afford, okay, to do polygyny in America, yes, but they chose a path, okay? They chose a path of which you read down there below, homosexuality and the money, okay? They're not focused on the family goals. There are plenty of men there are more men who are more likely to be alpha in America than any other country in the world. Now, how would I know about this? Because I lived in Africa for about 2 years. And what I saw out there, I thought there would be many tribes where women is living with their fathers. No, you're not gonna find that out there. You know, you're not gonna find that in Ethiopia. You're not gonna find that in the Gambia. And I actually lived out there. And I lived in Ethiopia for 2 years, by the way, and recorded it. And I was out there. I was looking. It's not like I'm like trying to not to get a chance to know the father figure. I got my priorities straight. I got my standards straight. But let's get on with the videotape because I ain't going to be long-winded here. Okay, let's continue.
With those type of numbers, don't you think it's reality for women eventually to look to other races for men, even if you don't condone it?
And also, I'm not really down with the Pan-Africanism. I don't like that because he's forgetting about genetics. Yeah, because it's not about the color and how big your nose is and all that. No. And black men are worth, actually black people, black African Americans are worth $2 trillion, more than most other countries. Okay, when I'm talking about this specifically, I'm talking about men in particular, in general. Okay, in America, a lot of people want to come to America. It ain't in Nigeria. I know there's a lot of people say, "Oh, we got a lot of billionaires in Nigeria," but what are they doing with their money? What are they doing with their money? The same things what they be doing in America, right? So we got a lot more prominent figures in America than in Nigeria, which you're going to hear on the news. You're going to see more celebrities who are more well off in America than in Nigeria, okay? So I had a little debate with someone who lives in Nigeria. Like I said before, I'm international, so I could get this information and tell you the information now from perspectives from the horse's mouth, okay? So when a woman is thinking about being with a black man, she's not going to deal with no Nigerian man. No, she's going to stay here. Okay, because all of the prominent black figures are here, but they're not very popular. Like myself, I'm eccentric. I'm not popular because I'm eccentric. I'm the one who started the Kevin Samuels and the Passport Brothers and got that Roe versus Wade started. I also started the fucking maternity fraud. I did that shit behind the scenes, babies. I'm not popular. I'm not interested in being popular. All right, so we're going to clarify that right now. I'm not into Pan-Africanism. Because Umar Johnson doesn't believe in genetics. He believes in the beauty. Hey, the darker the berry, the sweeter the juice. I love it. I totally agree that the darker the berry, the sweeter the juice. I do agree with that exotic color more than snow queens. Okay? No offense to y'all women. I don't date white women. I used to date white women doing Gigolo services back in the days, but I stopped doing that because I got trapped in this white woman's house, and I stopped that business a long time ago, okay? And I got paid for my services. But I know a lot of you guys can't do what I do. But let's continue on what he's talking about here. I just want to hear what he has to say.
But it just seems like a realistic approach because there's just not enough men. And I want to go against I know you're going to mention polygamy, right? But the only reason with polygamy due to the income of a lot of black men,
no,
I don't know if there'll be enough black men making enough to take care of numerous women.
And like I said before, there are enough black men, but the men are very particular. And a lot of times when they're celebrities or something, they rather go the homo side. Okay, they rather just focus on the money. They're not thinking about their families in particular. And if they are alpha, they're gonna be like open about it. I'm looking for virginity, polygyny, and where's your goddamn father figure at? Let's continue, okay?
Redefine polygamy where the women are taking care of the men.
Mm-hmm. They exist in America. Yeah.
I want to
they do. Good question. So do black women have to consider dating outside the race since there's not enough men available for them, and the ones who are available want a woman outside of the race? I would still be against it. I would say that the black woman can go north to Canada and get her a black man. She could go south to Central America. More than enough black men down there. More than enough black men in South America. More than enough black men in the Caribbean.
Yeah, he may say it's more than enough, but you're not going to find those type of guys. And so I try to discourage women from traveling because I hear horror stories with women trying to go to the Gambia, but these women are not really, up to par with themselves. They go out there and just disappear. Okay, I do not recommend women traveling outside of America, the most diverse country in the world. That would just be a waste of your time. If you're a woman listening to me, trust me on that. I have not seen any black women out there. I've seen some white women out there. Okay. You need funds. You need to understand that you got to be submissive. If you do happen to find an alpha male out there who's into polygyny and then virginity, because you're not going to find that. You're not going to find it out there. I've been looking. I've been doing my investigations. You can do the investigations yourself. All right. Anyone out there. All right. If you lived out there just like me, looking around, searching around, record that shit. Right? Record everything you do. All right, let's continue on out here.
I think she has to broaden her horizons, but I don't think she has to go outside of her race. And honestly speaking, I think it would be to her advantage to do so. And the reason I say that is because in America, we have had the economic emasculation of the black man.
Well, the thing is that, women should not be looking for men at all. They shouldn't be doing that. You can post yourself on a dating app, on multitudes of dating sites. That is the best possible way. You shouldn't be going to bars. Most alpha men don't go socializing. Real alpha men are highly astute brothers from another mother like Steve Urkel and the Revenge of the Nerds. Those are alphas, but those guys have been emasculated. Okay, they have to be taught. And those guys who are alphas, who are trying on the right path to be an alpha, they usually choose the wrong path because they don't have nobody to guide them. So a lot of you don't know the knowledge on how to be raised from an alpha father in the first place. So you got to come to someone to basically teach you that way. And like I said before, a lot of beta males and millennials, they look at alphas as just a raw dog type guy, a fuck boy, who just getting plenty of used vaginas, okay? But that's not an alpha from where I'm from, okay? But let's let them continue talking. As I said before, I do not recommend you look at a color of a person, but the character of a person. This is me, though everyone has their preferences. And look at the character of the person. This is more important than the color. It's not about how nappy your hair is, not how dark skinned your color is, but if you are more attracted to, like me, I'm attracted to more darker skinned females. Yeah, I've been on the internet plenty of times. I had to take some videos down because some guys were starting to hate on me. But trust me on this, it's not about color, Umar Johnson. It's not about color. It's about the character of a person. All right, let's get on, because I'm not a racist, okay?
Where women have been put in charge of the leadership of the community, and it has been this way for at least 50 years. We have created a culture where it's okay for black men to not be masculine, to not be leaders. So if the black woman is looking for that traditional black masculinity, she will definitely find that in Africa.
No, definitely she will not find that in Africa. Because as I said before, if any woman is seeking a man out there, those men are not looking, they already know better. They're not going to be looking towards no American woman who's been deflowered. You've been deflowered, or you've been riding the cock carousel. They're not looking for you. Don't look for them. Don't look. You mark my words. If you're a woman in America, they will not want you. If they are already into polygyny, you are not going to accept it. Most of women are not taught about polygyny. They're not taught. All right, let's continue on out here. Don't look for them. Stay in America, okay? Because you're wasting your time, okay?
Where black men were subject to that white emasculation system. She will find him in South America. She will find him in the Caribbean, because these are communities where black men are raised and taught how to live off the land, how to build a house with your bare hands, how to be a provider for your family. They very much still have that.
Well, as I said before, I lived in Ethiopia for 2 years. Most men is basically like this. They don't have their father figure with them. And so their father either died or they're living with their aunts or something like that. I'm just trying to tell you from my experiences here. But no, I believe it's like this everywhere. When a man he's not already focused on polygyny and also virginity, okay, that knocks his masculinity down. All right, I'm part of the purity culture. Ain't not a lot of guys like me. A lot of guys hate on me because I'm talking about virginity and they think I'm talking about an underage girl or some shit. Fuck them. Fuck you if you think that way. An of-age virgin, they do exist, but you got a time limit. Women have a time limit on their reproductive organs. As soon as you hit 40, you're done. You can't have no more children. There's a lot of things a real alpha male has to take into account before he even involve himself in a female. A lot of times females are not going to be ready for that alpha male if he comes across. Like me, I come straight legit with everything there. She either accept it. I'm going to talk to her father to help her be convinced. But let's continue on. I don't want to be too long-winded.
Original killer instinct, not killer in terms of killing somebody's life, but that do or die for my family mentality that a lot of us in the States don't have. So I think not only should the black woman look outside of the geographic borders of the United States for a husband, I think it'd be to her liking to do it. I know sisters who have married African men, some of whom never thought they would look at them. They were not attracted. And they said, when I gave myself a chance, I actually liked him more than the brothers because he was so much willing to be everything I wanted in a man.
And as I said before, there ain't no women looking for no African men out there. And if you are, the guy is most likely not into polygyny. He's probably there's a lot of poverty in Africa. All right. This is very hard to do. This is for me to teach a lot of men to do what I do is very hard, and it takes some scruples. It takes time and effort. A lot of times I've been frauded when women tell me they're virgins or they're really down with me, not just because of my money, okay? No. No, it's hard. I'm telling you it's hard, okay? Let me just snooze this for a bit here. Okay.
I'm not downplaying the brothers in the States.
And so the brothers in the States are not taught, so they don't know any better. The women in America are not taught as well, so you don't know anybody. The whole goal is to be taught by someone who knows, like myself. That's why I have my Emerald Pillar page that I'm selling myself, right? I also got a Patreon too. I also have a Cash App. All right, so I'm gonna post this on my YouTube, okay, because it's too long for the TikTok, and I'm gonna try to end it right here for TikTok. So I'm gonna like cut this video down in half right there, a 10-minute mark. Just trying to help you out, you brothers from another mother, and you mothers from another mother, okay? You know, because I know most of you are mothers, or you're not even no virgins in the first place. But let's get on with the topic for today. Trust me on what I'm saying here. It's facts, okay? And what he's talking about is knowledge too, but he's not fully knowledgeable. Yeah, what's up, man? Yeah, just hold on, okay? I'll get it for you. Hold on. Let me finish making this video. Okay, hold on. So, if he hasn't been living out in another country, you don't never listen to people who don't have videos or don't have proof enough for you. I got proof. I lived in Ethiopia. And does he have any proof that he lived in somewhere other country? He probably do somewhere. I'm not down on the man. I'm just trying to tell you that this brother right here, he's a Pan-African, and he doesn't think about the character of a person. He thinks about the color and the ethnicity of it. No, you shouldn't do that. Never do that. That's terrible. That's a terrible thing to be judged because of the color of your skin. And I think that's kind of racist to be judging someone because of the color of their skin, how big their nose is. That's fucked up, Umar. Okay, that's fucked up. Okay, let's continue on.
Because we do have alphas and we do have brothers.
Yes, we do.
Who still imbue that black masculine spirit.
Yes.
But if we're going to be honest, it's probably lower here than other places because of that.
To be honest, there's more brothers here who are alpha than any other country in the world. Because you know why? Because the pimps and the gigolos. You ain't going to get that out in other countries. They got the knowledge here in America. I live in America. They told me the basic fundamentals of an alpha. And a lot of you guys don't have it. And you won't be able to reach it because you're uneducated. You're uneducated. There are more alphas here than any other country. I can say this on my fucking soul, man. I swear to you, man. There ain't no pimps and there's no gigolos in those countries. Those guys out there who even trying to do polygyny, they're whoremongers, okay? They're more likely to be that way. They're not looking for American women. They're not looking for westernized women with attitudes. They're not looking for that. And most women will not be able to handle that type of man. You're not going to be able to handle that. But if you need the education, I'm here. Let's continue on with the video. It's almost over.
Escalation process that we went to, along with all the other issues that the white power structure has introduced into the community. Now, for me, polygyny has to be considered. It doesn't have to be wholesale for everyone.
That's right.
And it doesn't have to last eternally. I can see a situation.
Eternally means that it's most likely the woman that's most likely going to be narcissistic enough or not trained enough to be content with what she has. A lot of times, a lot of brothers don't have the money. It's mainly the money for the guys, and for the females, it's about the honey because she's all about her emotions. She's all about what she wants to do to protect herself. But that's where the fathers come in at. That's what the fathers are missing at. Let's continue on, okay?
Situation where some men can have more than one woman.
Yes.
And that this plural relationship system that we go to in the black community will only last as long as it is needed. Once you have a situation where the brothers are back on their feet and doing what they need to do, stop killing each other, stop being killed, stop going to prison because we have jobs and an economy for them, then maybe you can give it on up. I don't see it as perpetual. I see it as something that should be for the moment as we need it, which can be the next 20, 40 years. You follow me? But I don't.
Well, I see it not as a temporary thing where people get into. I think that you just both should be educated before you get involved. It's a permanent thing when you're a man as alpha and you have multiple wives who's going to stay in their place. Because once you as a male, okay, has recognized you have 3 wives, there's no need to be cheating around. your whole goal is to procreate, and I'm pretty sure he agrees with that. Okay, he wants to spread his seeds, okay, the correct way, right? And if you're a female, you have to be taught and retrained on what polygyny is. A lot of you women have been trained what monogamy is, and that is wrong. If you've been, most of the time, 90% of you is going to say, "Oh no, I ain't sharing no man." You know, I'm not sharing with no man, and that's what the mentality I get from a lot of women from my heydays of being a therapist. Yeah, I went to college for 2 years for psychology, but I didn't graduate. He got his degree. But you can still listen to a brother who already he got all his nuts and shit together. And that's one of these guys. I'm trying to tell you, we are the type of guys that will teach you the shit, but I'm on a higher level. I'm pretty sure he didn't do no Gigolo services. Okay, Gigolo services, I did a Fetish. I use strap-ons. You don't necessarily need to have sex with women. I teach men how you should be with women who have children. But you got to get paid for your services, right? You don't want to take care of the kids, but you can get paid. Instead of getting laid, you don't have to have sex with women, guys. You don't have to have sex with women. Where did this concept coming? Where you got red pills that are talking about, oh, stop, don't deal with a single mother. I've dealt with plenty of single mothers, but I got paid for my services. Y'all not thinking? Get paid over getting laid. All right, let's continue with the brother. Okay, and in this video,
It has to be perpetual. But here's the issue: we already have polygyny.
Yep.
Very few men, whether they in Africa,
and also, a lot of women are doing polyandry, okay? You know, I tell women all the time, you know, you got multiple partners on your phone, okay, slipping around. Women are 10 times more likely to cheat. We don't even need to do the research on that. You can do that yourself. You can do that. You know, divorce rates are initiated by 70 to 80% by women, not men. And 9 times out of 10, it's not because the man is abusive at all. It's not, okay? But let's continue on, okay?
they here, whether they black, white, or yellow, but of course we're talking about ourselves. There's very few men who don't have more than one woman.
That's right.
You follow me? Monogamy is a myth. It doesn't exist anyway.
Exactly.
The problem is most men are not being honest with their women.
Bingo.
Letting them know you're not my only.
Bingo. And he said it so many times that I always tell to you guys all the time. Why don't y'all guys just be upfront with the female at first? Because 9 times out of 10, if you think you are attractive enough to cheat on a female and you're not procreating with her correctly, you're not talking the right way, you cheating, you just making you're digging yourself a hole. A lot of men are not honest. A lot of women are not educated. A lot of men are not honest and upfront. A lot of women are not stable and they're not content, nor are they educated in emotional intelligence. Both parties are not capable of emotional intelligence. More on the woman's side than the man, because the man is already doing too much sometimes. I be trying to tell guys, stop complimenting her. Men do too much. But women do too less. And especially as they get older, that's another subject for another day. Let's continue on.
So it keeps this idea, this Cinderella idea in the black woman's mind that I can have a man all to myself. Now, in theory, that's good, but you have to look at your circumstances. I'm not saying a woman should want to share her man. I would never want to share my wife.
No, he's inaccurate. He just said, hey, you should basically do polygyny. And it's not for everybody, but it's recommended because he's a Pan-African, right? You want to spread your seed, okay? Spread your seed. He said that. You know, so if you're a black man who want to spread his seed, you better do polygyny. And y'all women want to spread your seed with the right man. Okay, the key element here is stop choosing men because they're highly attractive, okay? Because 9 times out of 10, most of you women, we wear makeup, fake hairs, fake nails. Alphas will not accept you. You can just forget it, okay? Take off the nails, take off that hair, take off that goddamn fake-ass makeup, okay? And just be natural. But you're not taught, okay? I recommend everyone to do polygyny because women are already doing polyandry behind the scenes, okay? No one's really loyal to each other these days.
But when you look at the community and what is in the best interest of black people, when you look at all these children without fathers, when you look at these women who are on the lower end of the social economic ladder with 7 or 8 kids that they can barely raise, how do you not consider putting an able-bodied married man in that house to system and provide nurture for those children? If we care about the future of black children, if we truly care.
Yeah, you got to pause this, because I'm the one who's touching the screen and stuff.
About the future of black children, how do we not address the fact that 70% of them are being raised by single mothers? But I think in the...
Now, since you have watched the whole entire 5 minutes and 19-second video, I want to recommend kudos to him. Kudos to Brother Umar Johnson. But another brother from another mother is Brother Polite. Now, I know he's going through some situation with his daughter and stuff. I heard about it. And I said, how can he allow this to happen? Okay, as astute as Brother Polite is, I believe strongly, not strongly, but say in some ways, a lot of people say he's a fraud. Okay, because he doesn't help people for free. He don't donate none of his money. When someone shows off their arrogance on TV, how much cars they have, that's not a good form of what an alpha is. You can have all of the knowledge in the world. All right? You can have all the knowledge in the world, but you can just flaunt it out being arrogant, and that's not a noble deed. A lot of times when you got them old school gangsters, who's showing off with their mink coats, you're not supposed to do that. They coming for you, man. They coming for you. They coming for your throat. Y'all got to keep hitting out of sight, out of mind. Real alphas don't show off. I don't show off. I never look for attention like that. If I'm ever wealthy, I would never tell anybody. I'm just trying to test the waters. Is it legit? That's what I do. If you got a business, I want to see if it's legit and then tell people behind the scenes. I'm not going to be up there being popular and stuff and then next thing you know, get myself in trouble like Kevin Samuels, which I tried to warn him about. I knew that was going to happen when I gave him a little bit of my advice. Educate yourself and then do your research. And then next thing you know, stay out of the limelight. Start charging people. Y'all got charged with Kazoo. How much did he charge an hour? $400? Money got to your head. Money doesn't make a strong man. It's your mind. I'm going to tell you a little story here. Okay, because I was homeless one day. And I saw this couple in the streets. In the goddamn streets, okay? And they told me a secret. They said it's all about compatibility. And I was like, they are absolutely correct. There was a couple, male and female couple, sitting on the sidewalk underneath a tree. And I said, what makes your stay? We was together for 10 years and we prefer to be homeless. And I was shocked. Okay? But I was like, what if you have any kids? He said, that's what protection is for. You don't do that, okay? You got to plan that. Most of you people out there don't even have a plan, and that's sad. You don't have a plan. You're not upfront. This is why I do not recommend people getting in any relationship. You can come to me to start learning how to do a gigolo service. It's up to you. But I get paid for my service. I do not play and waste my time. I used to be a babysitter. I used to do many things for women back in my heydays. But nobody's going to listen to me. I don't care. I'm a Gen Xer, by the way. And that's how I make myself as cringy as possible so I can get y'all motherfuckers off my goddamn page, okay? Who the majority I don't care for, all right? And I'm not bullying or saying nothing shitty to nobody. Other than that, Brother Polite and Umar Johnson are two wise brothers from another mother. But they got a little scruples missing. They're missing something because they don't have the experience. The experience is important. I'm a father of two. Where's his kids at? Brother Polite got children himself, but most of his women wasn't virgins. He has to live in America where he got his women sleeping around with different men on the side. But I'm not saying that's factual, okay? Other than that, I'm out of here, guys. I love you all, but I hate the many of you. I despise the many of you because I'm going down the rabbit hole, not up your asshole. I'm the only one. Other than that, you know what I'm going to say, right? All right? Who knows what I'm going to say? I'm not your average man. I'm not your Peter Pan. It's kind of chilly today, so I can't go out and practice my hook shot with my left hand. A 3-point hook shot. Yeah. Peace. Oh, check out my shit down below. Okay? Don't be slow. Read it and weep. A lot of guys hate me. They don't like me. Because I was in the Gambia and I recorded this dark chocolate chick. Okay, the darker the berry, the sweeter the juice. I love. I went down to myself. I don't waste my time. But what happened to that girl? If y'all want to know, all it was is that she lied, and I tried to make up. I tried to give her some kind of, like advantage, or by telling her, okay, since you lied, I'm gonna do this, and she didn't want to do. She didn't want to take the incentive. She didn't want to bite. Okay, so I said, okay, I had to leave her ass there. Some women wear a mask. You guys are the victims. When they wear that mask, okay, you can't tell unless you do psychologicals. And if you don't have the keys to unlock those lies, then you're wasting your times. Okay. Know thyself more than anything else. Know thyself more than anything else. As he repeats himself, just as I do. Peace.